So I'm just grateful. Again, I say that all the time, but I am, because even though right in this current moment, things might not be what other people would want in their lives, in my life, I'm still grateful for what I've been through, what has happened to me, who I've become, the understanding and the knowledge that I've gained, the wisdom that has come forth to me, the remembering of who I am, what I am, the divinity within me, the reality of the real. And I'm grateful because I always knew God was always there, like even in all the traumatic things that happened to me, he was always there. It's not as simple as it seems, you know, just because he didn't step in doesn't mean that it doesn't that he was mad at me, or he was punishing me like I had thought, because like we have been conditioned and manipulated into thinking that we're being punished if we're not saved, if we're hurt, if we're targeted and hurt, that we were being punished in some way. That's what I thought. But it's not like that. There's karma, and there's universal laws, and there's things that this was a mission. This is something that had to be done to make me the person that I am today. And I wouldn't change any of it, because it has made me who I am today. And even though I'm not perfect, like I said, which I'm grateful for that too, because that means I can learn, I can expand, I can grow. And that's curiosity at its best, with sense of wonder at its best. That's why I can't be jealous of somebody else, or oppose somebody else, or any negativity towards someone else, because they have something to teach me. Everything has something to teach me, and I'm open to learning and to finding out what that is, because I don't know everything, and I love the pursuit of learning more, because I have so much to learn still. You know what I mean? And that's exciting, and that's good. That's growth. That's good. And that makes me happy. That excites me. And I'm just grateful. And I just keep coming to more and more gratitude. It's funny because like I said, my circumstances at this moment doesn't mean how it's going to be like that forever, but at this moment my circumstances might not be the most ideal as everyone else, like we've been conditioned and manipulated into believing we should have in this 3D material world. And I don't care. I'm very humble. I'm very grateful for what I have, what I can be grateful for. And that's what we're supposed to do. And we'll ride that gratitude wave, that gratitude vibration once we do, and it manifests in our reality. Mine's manifesting now. It's happening, because that's universal laws. That's just the way that it is. I am living my life according to universal laws energetically, and I'm coming to it. I'm healing and integrating, and coming, removing, or I've healed karma. Healed ancestral karma. I've broken generational curses, and I went through hell to become this. And I know that in that you are rewarded for that, for your ancestry and everything. You are rewarded for, and blessed, highly favored for taking the high road and showing unconditional love, no matter what. Forgiveness and love, and love those that oppose you, because they don't know any better. It's That's what Jesus said too. Love them, for they know not what they do. Just like I didn't know what I was doing when I was when I was making bad choices. Like, there are different varying degrees of bad choices or negative choices, but that someone else's karma is not up to me to decide. It was me to come down here, to descend, to be able to call it out, so that the higher forces and the light forces could come in, and God could come in and restore justice and righteousness. But I'm not the juror. I'm just the one that goes, hey, that's wrong. That shouldn't be like that. And then I call judgment down from God. I'm like, hey, judgment. You know what I mean? No, because it's creating suffering and pain, even on the people that make the choices, the choices, the bad choices. They don't even realize, and they can't see it, and you can't tell them any different, because it's their choice to make anyway. Free will choice. You got to respect it. You can't tell somebody anything that they're not willing to hear. And you can't make the decisions for them. You can't control anyone, and no one can control you. Respect and love and compassion is what we need for each other, for all of us, unconditionally. And I'm just grateful, because I'm glad that I got to come to the knowing of that, to appreciate and revere God and his wonders, and this world and the worlds and everything that makes up this world, nature, pets, animals, the wind, the trees, everything, the water, everything, spirit, yeah, all the other dimensions, the universe, God creation, all of it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I can see it, and I can be part of it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to end that because my dog is working. But I had to share my gratitude again.